G'day Cobbers, History Nerd 1942 here. Today we're going to be going over my original Second World War Australian Army officer's uniform. This uniform is addressed to a captain and all of it is original World War II except the Sam Browne belt, and I'm hoping one day to get a original Sam Browne belt. Now sorry for me being on my knee in this video, it's just the mannequin is too short for the way my camera's set up, and my head will actually be out of the frame. So it consists of the officer's cap, the tunic itself, just under there we have the undershirt and the belt. I do have the pants for this uniform, and we'll show them off at the end, but however I cannot get it on the mannequin as the mannequin is too short for the pants. The pants are quite large. So we'll have a look at these things individually. We'll go where they're made, who they were issued to. None of these have names as well, so they're not named. They could have been worn. Some wear and tear suggests that it was worn, sorry. But yeah, we'll have a look and we'll go through it bit by bit. So to start off with, we'll be taking a look at the officer's cap. This cap was worn by, as I said, officers, so often second lieutenants up to the generals. It could also be worn by drivers. They have their own special service cap. However, there is differences, and this one is a officer's cap. It has the Rising Sun badge here, which is the same size as the collar badges. On it reads Australian Commonwealth Military Forces. We have the chin strap, which is here, and it has the buttons, which read Australian Military Forces, same as the ones on the actual tunic itself. But we'll have a look at that later. This is the inside. The inside does have some sweat marks around the brim, and at the back here, so just around the inside of the brim. So it does suggest that this was worn during the war, or maybe even post-war. I did get this one off of eBay. For those of you who are interested, eBay is a good place to go. It can be a bit pricey, but I got this for a decent price compared to what some of them are going for. I looked through on the inside, and unfortunately I was unable to find a name. On here is a maker's mark. This maker's mark says it was made in what I believe is Peaches, Sydney, and it was next to Wynyard Station. I could be wrong, please correct me if I did read that wrong. It has two eyelets here for ventilation and is overall a great hat, great design. It does fit me, but I wouldn't wear it. I would wear it a few times, but I wouldn't wear it as an impression, so to speak. I would wear it approximately for about 5-10 minutes max, depending if I'm filming video or something, but I wouldn't wear it on day out, so to speak. So that's the officer's cap. We'll move in and get a better look at the tunic and undershirt, and we'll have a look at them. You may not see my actual face for this bit of the video, but this is the best way I could find to show off the mannequin, because again, the video isn't about me, it's about the uniform. So at the top of the uniform we have the undershirt and the collar of the tunic, and on the sides we have two epaulets with 3 pips, signifying that this does belong to a captain. On the side next to the pips there is the Australian shoulder title, and that is the same on both sides with this nice little button, which is the Australian Military Forces button. These buttons can also be seen on the pockets, so they're the pocket buttons, and there is a larger version of it on the actual tunic buttons. The actual tunic buttons as well, which is an interesting thing. The tunic buttons are also smaller than the Air Force tunic buttons, which I thought was a nice thing when you see. So if you look at the undershirt, just quickly lift up the collar. There is 2 brown buttons here at the top for the collar of the undershirt, which I did not know there were 2 compared to modern day where it's usually just 1. Then we come down the collar, we have the 2 Australian Commonwealth Military Forces Rising Sun badges, which are the collar ones, which if you flip on the back, the pins. This one is sticking out though. And we come down, we have the pockets, the 2 breast pockets, the buttons on either side, the Sam Browne belt strap coming down to connect to the left-hand side of the mannequin on the uniform. We have 4 AIF/AMF, Australian Military Forces, Australian Imperial Forces buttons. On the top is the King's Crown. There is a little outline of Australia. Not necessarily a map, so to speak, but the shape of Australia, and Australian military forces written around the button. The tunic then comes down to the actual belt of the Sam Browne belt and connects around like that. Now I will show you what the mannequin looks like without the Sam Browne belt on, because the tunic does have its own belt that comes with it, and it does look nice. I just prefer it with the Sam Browne belt. We have two larger pockets at the end of them, much bigger, much like the ordinary OR tunic buttons, so the ordinary ranks. They have much bigger pockets at the bottom as well. So if we just quickly spin this mannequin around, we have the Sam Browne belt again coming over from the right shoulder down connecting to the left. Nice pattern on the back. You can see now that this Sam Browne belt is modern. It does have a lot shinier brass, as well as the loops to connect to the sword scabbard. Here we do see some wear and tear though, showing that this has been in storage for a while. It does have moth bites. That wasn't done by me or the previous owner, who I got off my friend Kobe at AIF Collectibles on Instagram. So that's AIF_collectibles on Instagram. Nice bloke. He has some great things. Go check him out. But it does have some wear and tear here, some holes there, and at the front, if we just spin this around one more time, it does have some wear and tear at the bottom of the pockets. But overall, great. So, back of the tunic, just the seam, splits at the bottom, and there you can see the colour of the inside of the tunic, as well as the undershirt. Spin this back around. The tunic is a greenish colour. I know on a lot of the photos it does look brown and not that great, for lack of better words. The same thing with a lot of the uniform you'll be seeing. It does not look good in photos, but it does look better colour-wise in real life. It's a not, I don't want to say dark green, it's more like an olive OD green, which is good. So yeah, that's basically it for the tunic. We'll have a look at the tunic without the Sam Browne belt on, and we'll get some close-up shots. Here is the actual belt that goes without it. It is a bit saggy, and I'm sorry about that. But this is the smallest size I could get the belt on. If I just come around here and just pull it back a bit, there you go. That's what it would look like on properly. So there, just in the middle. It's a nice design. I do like it. I think it looks nice in my personal opinion. But yeah, that's it without the belt, so it does keep the waist in. So that's basically the tunic without the Sam Browne belt, which is most commonly seen. The pants that go with the officer's tunic, just on a coat hanger here with some nice buttons. Now it may not look like it, but I'm holding this up to the side of the mannequin, and it is actually quite long. It's about 50-60 centimeters off the floor, maybe less actually. But yeah, it's quite big. Actually, that's about 30 centimeters. I can't estimate for my life. These are 1944 dated, and named, so I'll get that. But yeah, these are just the pants that'll go with it. Now, it would often be worn about here on the actual thing, so they were quite high up, and the pockets on the side, they're big pockets. So that was my video. I hope you enjoyed. I am crouching a bit just so I can get in frame. Thank you for watching. Comment, rate and subscribe. Leave a like. Show me your support. Show me if you want more videos like this. Because in the future I'm hoping to get other uniforms, and I am looking at a World War II Australian ordinary ranks tunic. So I'll have an officer set and a ordinary ranks set, except for the slouch hat so far because those are expensive. But leave a like. Tell me what you think. Feedback is always good. I should have information popping in and out if you want. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you cobbers in the next video. This was History Nerd 1942.